With the Cowboys season on the line and playoff hopes hanging by a thread, one question has every fan on edge. When will stars like Micah Parsons return to save the day? Stick around, because in this video, we're breaking down the latest injury updates, potential return dates, and what it means for Dallas's playoff run. You won't want to miss this. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. Today, we're talking about something that's been keeping fans up at night, the health of our key players. Specifically, when will we see game changers like Micah Parsons back on the field? Let's dive right in. First things first, let's talk about the injury that sidelined Micah Parsons. As of insert current date, Micah has been dealing with a lower body injury that many sources have described as a potential sprain, possibly to his ankle or knee. The exact specifics of the injury haven't been fully disclosed by the team. You know how the Cowboys like to keep things tight-lipped, but what we do know is that he's missed a few practices, and there's been a lot of speculation about how serious this really is. For a player like Parsons, who plays with so much intensity and aggression, even a minor injury can be a major setback. His explosive style is all about speed, quickness off the edge, and relentless pursuit of the quarterback. Any injury to his lower body would naturally affect his game. That being said, the Cowboys have been cautious with him, and that's actually a good thing. Keeping him healthy for the long haul is key, especially if they want to make a deep playoff run. The last thing you want is to rush your best defensive player back, only for him to re-aggravate the injury and be out even longer. So, patience is the name of the game here. So, when can we realistically expect to see Micah Parsons back on the field? Let's break it down. Generally, sprains or minor soft tissue injuries can take anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks to fully heal, depending on the severity. If it's a low-grade sprain, Parsons could be back in just 1 or 2 weeks. But if it's more serious, we're looking at up to a month. The Cowboys' bye week might be a blessing in disguise here, allowing him some extra time to rest and recover without missing game action. Now Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, has hinted in interviews that the team is optimistic about Parsons' return sooner rather than later. However, NFL teams are notoriously vague when it comes to injury reports, so it's important to temper expectations. If the Cowboys have a string of must-win games coming up, which, let's face it, they might want to push for a quicker return. But we have to hope they don't rush things. Let's also not forget that the Cowboys are currently in a tough NFC race. They can't afford to fall behind, especially with teams like the Philadelphia Eagles and San Francisco 49ers dominating the conference. But Parsons at 70% is not the Parsons we know. His ability to rush the passer and make plays all over the field is what sets him apart, and that requires him to be 100% healthy. Now, it's not just Micah Parsons who's on the mend. The Cowboys have been dealing with a slew of injuries to key players this season. Let's take a look at some of the other starters who have been sidelined and when we can expect them back. Trayvon Diggs, for example, went down earlier in the season with a torn ACL. Unfortunately, he's out for the season, and that's a huge blow to the Cowboys' defense. His ability to shut down opposing receivers is unmatched, and the Cowboys have had to rely on young corners to step up in his absence. But there is some good news. Left tackle Tyron Smith, who has been dealing with lingering knee and neck issues, is expected to return soon. His presence on the offensive line is crucial, especially with Dak Prescott needing all the protection he can get. When healthy, Tyrone is one of the best left tackles in the game, and having him back could stabilize the Cowboys' offense. Also, don't forget about Leighton Vander Esch, another defensive cornerstone. He's been dealing with a neck injury, something that's been a recurring issue throughout his career. He's expected to miss a few more weeks, but his return will be a huge boost to the defense, especially with how well he commands the middle of the field. Despite these injuries, the Cowboys have managed to hold their own. Players like Sam Williams and Dorrance Armstrong have stepped up on the defensive line, trying to fill the void left by Parsons. DeMarcus Lawrence has continued to be a force, and the Cowboys' defense, as a whole, has been solid, ranking among the top defenses in several categories. The Warriors game is just one step in what will hopefully be a long and successful career for Bronny James. As he continues to develop and find his role within the Lakers organization, it will be interesting to see how he balances his own identity as a player with the inevitable comparisons to his father. Speaking of the Lakers organization, they must be pleased with Bronny's progress. The team has a rich history of developing young talent, from Magic Johnson to Kobe Bryant, and now they have the chance to shape another potential star in Bronny James. The coaching staff will play a crucial role in nurturing his talents and helping him maintain this positive mindset throughout the season. These are all storylines that we'll be following closely as the season unfolds. For now, though, Lakers fans can take heart in knowing that their young rookie is showing signs of mental toughness and adaptability that are crucial for success in the NBA. As we look ahead, there are several questions that come to mind. How will Bronny's role on the team evolve as the season progresses? Will he be able to consistently contribute at a high level, or will there be growing pains as there are with most rookies? And perhaps most intriguingly, how will his relationship with his father on the court continue to develop? The offense, though, has struggled at times, especially with the protection issues on the offensive line. Tyron Smith's absence has been noticeable, but guys like Tyler Smith and Zach Martin have done a decent job holding things together. Still, you can tell this team misses its key starters. Let's not sugarcoat it. Dak Prescott has had his ups and downs this season. He needs all the protection he can get, and getting Tyrone Smith back in the lineup will allow Dak to settle in the pocket and make the plays we know he's capable of. With Parsons and Smith returning soon, the Cowboys might just find the spark they need to stay in the playoff hunt. So when will we see Micah Parsons and the other injured starters back? For Parsons, it's looking like he could be back in the next couple of weeks, just in time for the Cowboys to make their playoff push. As for the others, it's a waiting game, but the Cowboys have shown they can fight through adversity. If they can stay afloat and get their key players back in time, watch out, this team could be dangerous down the stretch.